Hey, what's up? My name is Dave, and as you know, I interpret everything. Today I'm going to be interpreting Kevin Smith's latest film called The 4:30 Movie. This is a semi-autobiography taking place in the late 80s, following New Jersey teen Brian David as he navigates a chaotic date with his crush Melody at a local theater. Joined by his quirky friends, they sneak around, they get banned, and they face off with an egotistical theater manager. Amidst all the mishaps and clashes, Brian learns about friendship, ambition, and young love in this nostalgic coming-of-age comedy. If you're at least a little bit familiar with Kevin Smith's filmography at this point, then you'll most likely already know if you're a fan of his or not. Whether you're referring to his View Askew selection of films featuring everybody's favorite and lovable idiotic duo Jay and Silent Bob, or the wider assortment of films that he's also been known to write and direct, one thing is abundantly clear. Kevin Smith has a very particular set of skills, or at least a very specific vision behind his movies, and for the most part, you either love him or you hate him. A little while ago, I actually went through and reviewed every single one of his films that were found in his View Askew films. So when I saw that he had another movie coming out pretty darn soon, I was really curious on what exactly the 4:30 movie was. Was it an autobiographical true story film about his childhood? Is it just a random coming-of-age comedy? Well, it's kind of a mix of both. While you can watch the film as its own thing, it's hard not to feel Kevin Smith's involvement in it, as not only did he write and direct it, he also edited it, and that it is slightly inspired by his own experiences breaking into the movie theater as a kid, as well as some of his formidable years in romance. But I would venture a guess that it kind of goes a little bit deeper than that. There's a few nods throughout the film that seem to almost point to the fact that this character, Brian David, is supposed to be Kevin Smith. As one character mentions he'd be a good director, another said the same about being a writer, and the entire movie focuses on his love and knowledge about film in general, something that Kevin Smith is known for. And I won't spoil the mid-credits scene, but I mean, it has to be more of a true story than they're putting on. I mean, it has to. Go watch the movie. Just watch the mid-credits scene. You'll see what I'm talking about. At the same time, I fully understand why he might not have wanted to make it a true story. It's understandable to make it more fiction if he was gunning for more of a comedy than anything else. This is definitely some top-tier irreverent humor stuff that Smith is often known for, jam-packed with a lot of tongue-in-cheek, self-aware humor that benefits from a setting in the late 80s. People making jokes about how Star Wars was finally ending. We'd never have to watch another Star Wars film. We'll never have to watch, episodes 1 through 3, or watch random TV series that feature random side characters like Boba Fett. Like, who cares about that? Can you imagine? Or like bringing up Bill Cosby and how he is an example of a stand-up human being that we can all look up to for ages. And all of these constant jokes, they speak volumes to a modern audience and certainly keep things light and humorous for what would otherwise probably be a boring story. That's actually my main complaint about the movie, is that if it weren't for that humor, I don't think that I would care all that much about what was going on. Anytime the film gets slightly deeper or maybe just a little bit more meaningful, especially with the coming-of-age stuff you usually want to see in a movie like this, I just couldn't get into it. I want to say that this all surrounded the characters. These are somewhat colorful characters, but they can't light a candle next to anything that Kevin Smith has really ever done in the past for his characters, usually. So I don't really care about them all that much, nor did I really care so much about the love story that's kind of sort of haphazardly thrown in the movie. I did, however, relate to their love of movies, the self-aware humor, the nostalgia that's in general found from beginning to end. I like all of that. I also really appreciate the cameos that you see throughout the movie. After all of these years, Kevin Smith probably has a hefty speed dial on his phone, and you can probably guess a few faces that you might see throughout the film if you're a fan of his other stuff. But there's also a few surprise faces that I didn't expect to see in there as well. Overall, I would say that the film is pretty decent, even though the slower moments kinda lost my interest a little bit as the film progressed. The comedy saves it though, and the connections to Kevin Smith's own upbringing actually save it as well. But I'm going to be rating this film a B-. What about you guys though? Have you seen Kevin Smith's latest film, the 4:30 movie? Are you a fan of it? Are you not? What's your favorite Kevin Smith film? Let me know in the comment section down below, and as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review. Whatever and whenever that may be. But until then, peace out.